It's Dave again from cheapwinefinder.com. And today is our Valentine's Day extravaganza of sorts. Well, maybe not extravaganza, but I put some thought into this one because I wanted to get something for Valentine's Day. I was thinking chocolate wine, and I couldn't bring myself to actually drink that stuff. I mean, I've tasted it in the past, and we don't really use samples here. We go out and buy what we want to talk about. And I wasn't going to go out and buy chocolate wine and take a sip and pour the rest out. So what I got today is a very nice wine with a very good history. And it is, let me grab the bottle so I can read it. Anna de Codorniu Brut Rosé Cava. And you can find this pretty much everywhere. It'll be in grocery stores. It'll be in high-end wine shops for the most part. It'll be all over the place. And the Codorniu family, De Codorniu family, they started this wine company up 500 years ago. This is the oldest company of any kind in Spain. It's the 17th oldest company in the world. And Anna de Codorniu, back in the 1600s, married into the Raventós family, two wine growers in the region back then. And Josep Raventós in 1872, I think it is, invented Cava. I mean, they were doing champagne for quite some time before he did it in Spain. But he's the first one. So this is a family that's been in wine forever. It's 500 years in wine, and it's the originators of Cava. And this is a bottle that I found on sale for, I think, $11. It's, it could be more expensive wherever you live. And here's another thing about this one. That's why I picked it. It's rosé, so it's pink, yeah. And kind of matches. The bottle's got a wrap on it. It's got a pink that blends into cream at some point, so it kind of would look good with a box of chocolates and some roses, red roses. It would kind of fit the whole bill. And as a rosé, this doesn't use the typical Cava grapes. Catalonia is where Cava is from. Barcelona. That's the main head town for Catalonia. So Catalonian people that actually goes up into France, and the Languedoc is a Catalonian region, though they ended up settling down in Spain. And they use these three indigenous grapes of the region. It is, I think it's Xarello. It looks like Xarello, but it's Xarello, Macabeo, and Parelada. And they're just three grapes that they use in Cava. And that's one of the major differences. They make they make Cava in the exact same production methods as champagne. They ferment the grapes once, and then they put it in the bottle. It adds, each and every bottle has some sugar and some yeast, and it goes on in champagne it goes on for at least a year and a half. In Spain, I think it has to go on for at least a year. Though, in both areas, you can go beyond. And when they give you their tasting notes, they say a minimum of 12 months. And, different years might need different length of aging. But there's a difference between the two, and that's that. But this one doesn't use those three indigenous grapes. This is 70% Pinot Noir and 30% Chardonnay. This one, this $11 rosé, is using the champagne grapes. And that's kind of cool because that's going to have a different taste. Now, I like the champagne with the three grapes, the traditional grapes. I like that. But, my favorite bubbly has Pinot Noir in it and, and some Chardonnay, and this has that. And, and champagne and Cava are not the same thing. They're, Cava's kind of way farther south than Champagne is. Champagne is kind of almost as far north in France as you can grow grapes. So there's a difference. The growing season, I think these things get the grapes for Cava. These were picked in August. And sometimes, the growing season in France goes through September and, maybe touching October. So I'm going to take a sip because this is one of those wines that has the acidity that's going to make you take a sip, even if you don't even think about it. Your glass is going to be coming towards your mouth without you thinking about it. And that's that. And it's a nice tasting cava. I mean, it tastes great. The Pinot Noir, a lot of cavas are kind of like really tart and really acidic. And this one has more rounded fruit. It's got strawberries and cherry, and it's got lemon and lime and pink lemonade, and it's got the salty thing, it's got the bready thing, but not a lot. I mean, I know people don't like the yeasty flavor that comes in champagnes, and it's a little bit here, but it's not too much. If you have that where you don't like the yeasty thing, and to each his own, everybody likes what they like. This has a little bit, but not too much. So this is a 11-12% percentage alcohol percentage. So it's kind of on the light side. It's it's an aperitif. I think this year Valentine's Day is on a Friday. When Valentine's Day is on a midweek or something, it's kind of hard to do too much. But Friday, well, yeah, you got the next day off, so whatever. But this is kind of have a glass of wine, do a toast, have a couple of chocolates, and then go out. And then on the way home, you can have another glass of wine and finish the bottle off. It's one of those things, and it's tasty. It's delicious little wine. And it's I found it for $11 on sale. I think it's a little bit more when it's not, but most cavas aren't that expensive, especially in the range where they just put them in. The second fermentation only lasts a year. There are cavas that can get more expensive. Usually they have 2, 3, 4 years of the second fermentation lasts, and then that gets creamy and gets all sorts of things. The longer you age wine, different things start happening. If you're used to just drinking $10, $12 wines that don't have a ton of aging, that's when it gets kind of interesting, I guess is the word for it. But this is really a delicious cava. I mean, it's the acidity will get you reaching for your glass. It's got great flavors. It's kind of a mix. There's also some tart things going on too. There's like almost some citrusy things here. I guess the Chardonnay does something. It's got the Anlis because it's in a bottle, so the yeast is in there. So you get that salty thing. It's pretty good. I'm going to take another sip. Yeah, it's nice. It's really delicious. And that's my Valentine's Day pick, a Rosé Bubbly. And yeah, you can spend more. You can spend a lot of money on champagne, which is fine. I like that. Or you can go this route and let me pour some more. I've been sipping on this. The acidity is so good. I keep on sipping this thing. I can't keep the bubbly in the glass. So that's kind of if you want, do you like it or not? The bottle's empty. So, there you go. This is a Valentine's Day bubbly. It's got a nice wrap on it. Anna had a kid that started the Raventós people are the people who run the thing now. Family's had it for 500 years. Anna was around in the 1600s, and we're giving her a toast too. And champagne, it's more expensive, but cava tastes great. And I can't think of anything wrong with a bubbly that tastes great. You can pay more. And I like champagne. Champagne's my favorite wine. If I was going to have a category, I'd say champagne. What am I doing right in Cheap Wine Finder? Well, because I like all sorts of wines, and I have champagne. I get that when I need it. But this is delicious bubbly. Doesn't cost much. What else can you ask for? And would it look good with a box of chocolates and a dozen roses? Yeah, it kind of fits the whole motif. So there you go. Got a weird Cabernet Sauvignon coming up. I know I've been kind of Cabernet Sauvignon heavy, but this one's going to be a weird one coming up in a couple of days. Made different than what you would expect. And that's then. But until then, I'm going to be drinking bubbly from Cava, Codorniu, Anna de Codorniu Brut Rosé Cava. It's a beautiful wine. Drink it up. Have fun. I'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.